whenever I got, we broke up after what happened, um, it was the first time I looked at the sky in a while, and I just prayed and I said, "This can be right, and if you were there, I need you." And he showed up. He showed up in a way that I was not expecting. I don't have to be loyal to her, and if she brings it up or she finds out, then I have, something to blame her and be like, "Oh, well, you started it." And but then again, something deep down was not sitting right in my heart. And so I said, I looked at the sky and I said, I need you to talk to me and I need you. And so whenever I drove back after a week, going back home, a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, will you be interested to go and watch my show? I play in this show if you want to go." And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it." So um, I went and sat down to watch his play in the theater. And then the guy who came and sat down next to me, um, mid show, he looked at me and said, "Do you smoke cigarette?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Let's go outside." So we went outside. I pulled out my pack of cigarettes, looked at him, said, "Hey." He said, "No, I don't smoke." I was like, "What? You told me to go outside." He pulled a Bible, a New Testament out of his pocket, and he told me, he said, "About 2 weeks ago, for the first time after 15 years of following Christ, I heard God's voice, audible voice, told me, put a Bible in your pocket. I am about to show you a man, and you are supposed to give this Bible to."
Wow.
And he said, for the past 2 weeks, I'm just walking around this town. And he sat down next to me and he said, Once I sat down next to you, I heard that voice again. The man that I told
Wow,
you
man,
is
that's
sitting next to you."
amazing story.
And so he pulled me outside. He gave me his Bible, and
So what do you do with that?
immediately I knew that he is in a big trouble, because as a Muslim in a Muslim country that is um, very extreme in terms of following Islam, I knew I could kill
That's a
him right
capital
there.
offense.
And I was like, "Why are you doing this?" He
Okay.
said, "The voice told me, go and read this Bible." And there was a flashback in my head at that time that I asked God to talk to me. And I said, well, that may be it. And it was it.